you today how we're going to set up our rough drafts for our paper. And so I'm going to walk you through this step by step as I go through. Mrs. Hallett's going to come around and make sure that I'm not leaving you behind as we're going. I cannot explain to you how important it is that you do exactly as I do with every step of the way. You might have a question as to why we're doing it. We'll clarify that later. For right now, your job is just to do what I do. So I need all 4 sheets of your notebook paper stacked neatly on top of each other because we're going to fold them all the same. So the first thing that you're going to do is you are going to take them and fold them exactly in half, just like this. I don't know why you folded it backwards.
Don't listen to me. Everybody folded like her.
Some of you might have done this in 6th grade. You might remember doing this last year. Okay? So I folded it once.
Did I do this correctly?
Yes. Now I'm going to fold it again. So I've just done a very basic accordion fold on my paper. Okay, now that I have them all folded, I'm going to unfold them. And so I should have 4 pieces of paper that have these nice little lines in them, just like this. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we are going to label them. So take out your pencil. And I'm going to come up here, right here on my margin, and I'm going to write as nice as I can so that I can read what I'm doing later. The first one I'm going to label Introduction. It's my introduction paragraph. Paragraph symbol. The squiggly thing is the paragraph symbol after it. Next one, I'm going to label body paragraph 1. Then we're going to do body paragraph 2. And the last one is going to be conclusion. I'll get to that. Okay. We're going to go back to our introduction paragraph as the first one that we're going to label. So when we're looking at our pieces of notebook paper, each one of these folded sections, so this is a section here, and then this is a section, and this is a section, and then we have the bottom one down here. Each of these is going to be labeled as to what should go in that part of the paper. Okay? The minimum requirement in each section is 1 sentence. Every year I have students who think they need to fill every line with writing. You only need 1 sentence. You have a big area because everybody writes differently, and some people write more, some people write less, some people write big, some people write super small. The biggest thing that you're graded on in 7th grade is ideas and organization of your paper. And so that's what my goal is as a teacher, is by the time you leave me at the end of 7th grade, my hope and goal is that you can at least write a well-organized paper with clear ideas. If you have a well-organized paper with clear ideas, all of your other mistakes in your writing kind of disappear if someone can follow your thought pattern. But if your thoughts and everything are all over the place, then every other error comes jumping out at you as well. Okay? So when we label today, we are going to label over here in the margin on the other side of the pink. So first section right here, we are going to label this hook. And so I'm writing that in the first section of my paper. Here's my fold right here because you can't really see it that well. So my first section right here, I'm going to label hook.
You're putting it out to the side like she has it.
What comes after a hook in an introduction paragraph? What comes after the hook? Leads. You want at least 3 leads, so we're going to label the next 3 section leads. You can see on mine, I've drawn a line on my fold so that it's easier for you to see where my breaks are. Okay? Now come down here on the very bottom in the corner. Draw yourself an arrow and write "turn me over." Okay? Because the most important sentence is going on the back. What's the most important sentence of our entire paper?
Thesis.
Thesis statement. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to label this thesis. Okay, does everybody have all sections of the introduction paragraph labeled?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now we're going to get out our highlighters and we're going to color code. When we do this, we do not need to go crazy. Okay? Just a simple one highlight does the trick. We do not need to color the whole box in. So I'm going to take my blue highlighter and I'm going to highlight the hook blue. I'm not going to highlight my leads anything. I'm going to leave them blank. And then my thesis statement is going to be highlighted green. Okay, last step, come back over to the front and right behind introduction paragraph, write your name. First and last, along with your block. So that way, if this piece of paper should happen to get separated from the rest of your rough draft, we will know who to return it to. Okay, everyone good? Okay, now we're going on to body paragraph 1. Okay, what is the first sentence of a body paragraph called?
Topic sentence.
Topic sentence.
Well, I'm not going to move it.
Okay. Okay, we're going to label a topic sentence. Just like we did on the other side. Okay, my topic sentence is one sentence. In 7th grade, I want a paragraph to be anywhere from 6 to 8 sentences long. So, I have one sentence done here as my topic sentence. So how many support sentences do I need after this? 5. I need 5. So we're going to label the next 5 sections support. So you're just going to come over here in the margins and you're going to write support. Okay, I've got 3. 4. And 5. If you want to write more than that, you have 2 more sections at the bottom where you are welcome to write, but you cannot write any more than that for one paragraph. That's too much. Is everybody staying caught up with me? Okay, now we need to go through and color code. Topic sentence. Take your yellow highlighter. You're going to highlight it yellow. Then you're going to take your pink highlighter and you're going to highlight your support pink. Yeah. Sometimes they still work even if it's been pushed in. Okay, when I'm done highlighting, come over to the front, write my name, write my block, okay, now you're going to take body paragraph 2 and you're going to make it just like you did body paragraph 1. Okay, I'm not going to walk you through it again step by step because I just did that. You're just going to copy everything you did on body paragraph 1 over to body paragraph 2. Does that make sense of what I'm saying? I need feedback. Okay. Connor, not right now. Go through and label and highlight just like you did on the previous one. What? Green. Okay. Does everybody have their second body paragraph done? I'll give you about 30 seconds-ish to finish it because you can always go back.
This is Rincon.
Yes?
Can I please have Karen Wilkins to the office for a minute?
Yes? You can always go back and finish that one later because you know what it's going to look like. Okay, so the last paper that that we're on is our conclusion. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Everybody on conclusion with me? Okay, what's the first thing that happens in our conclusion paragraph? We have a what? Raise your hand for me. Leela. Restated thesis. So my first section is going to be labeled restated thesis. Okay. Next sections. What happens after our restated thesis? What is it happens in the middle before we get to our closing? Who can remember? Where do we get that information from? Does anybody remember? When we write a conclusion, we want to tell our reader what our thesis statement was again. And then we want to remind them of what the most important facts were that we want them to remember from their paper, because they might have zoned out while they were reading it. And so we want to have a summary of our main ideas. So you're going to go back to what those topic sentences were. And so for the next two sections, we are going to label it summary of topic sentence or summary of key idea. Summary of key idea 1. Summary of key idea 2. And those are going to come from your body paragraph. So they're going to come from body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. Okay. Some of you asked me, Mrs. Rincon, I thought you said that we were going to have 3 body paragraphs. I'm only requiring you to have 2 body paragraphs to help you out a little bit as you write your paper. If you decide that you want to do 3 body paragraphs, you would make a 3rd body paragraph paper like I just showed you, and you would have a 3rd section on here that says summary of key idea 3. So you would have a 3rd one on here, but we're going to leave ours as 2 because the majority of you will only end up writing 2 body paragraphs. So then our last section of our conclusion, what's the last sentence called? Clincher or closing? Okay, now we need to go through and we need to highlight. So, restated thesis is going to be green. Summary of our key ideas is going to be yellow. That should help you remember that you're going to go back to the yellow in your paper to figure out what you're going to write here. And our closing is going to be blue. Okay, I've got all my highlighting done. I'm going to come back up. I am going to write my name. And I'm going to write my block. So when I'm all done and I'm looking at my papers that I've done today, I should be able to see clearly labeled and organized one sheet of paper for my introduction paragraph. Each sheet of notebook paper recommends, I cannot talk, each sheet of notebook paper represents one paragraph. So each section on here is a sentence of my paragraph. So I have introduction paragraph. I have body paragraph 1. I have body paragraph 2. If you decide you have enough information and you want to do a body paragraph 3, you are more than welcome to do that. I'll talk to you about how to figure out if you have enough to do that here in a little bit. And then my last one should be my conclusion paragraph. Your entire rough draft is going to be written out on these. These will stay in your folders in the room so they are safe and sound so they do not get lost. And we will work through this in the next couple of days. The very first thing that you're going to do once I turn you loose to start writing is you are going to write your thesis statement. I want you to go to thesis statement and write over here above it, put write thesis first. You will have to write your thesis first and get it okayed by myself or Mrs. Howlett before we will let you go on and actually write your paper. And I'm going to walk you through what that's going to look like in a moment. Questions about your graphic organizers that you made on your paragraphs? No, we'll take care of that. All right.